Welcome to the Artist Academy podcast, the audio version of our Facebook Live series, Art Talk Tuesday. I'm your host, Andrea Earhart, and I am so excited that you're here to catch the weekly replay of my laid-back yet very inspiring conversations with other full-time professional artists. The purpose of this series is to show aspiring artists like you that it is completely possible to make a great career out of this art thing. And if you ever want to join us live and have your questions answered in real time by myself or featured guests, then just hop over to facebook.com/groups/Artist Academy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. I'll see you there. This episode is sponsored by the Artist Academy Advanced Membership, a program for artists who want to up-level their art game by taking it from a hobby or a side hustle to a full-time art business. I've been a professional artist for over 5 years with paintings in several different countries and a client list that includes high-profile companies such as Bass Pro, O'Reilly's, Duck Commander, and many, many more. So I figured out what it takes to build an art business, and now my heart is set on teaching aspiring artists like you to do the same. Go to advancedmember.com, that's advancedmember.com to learn more. Good morning, afternoon, or evening, whenever you're listening to this. But this is a special episode, and we're going to talk about one of my favorite subjects right now, TikTok. If you follow me on Instagram or Facebook, you've probably seen me mention TikTok more than once, and for good reason. I have had just a crazy growth, or I don't even know how to phrase it. It's just TikTok has blew my mind these past couple months. So I think I started on TikTok about 3 months ago, and I am currently at this day of this recording, which is at the end of September. I am about to reach 200,000 followers on TikTok. Crazy. 3 months worth of growth, or 3 months worth of just putting out content, and content that I have already used on Facebook and Instagram, so I'm really not making anything special for this platform. I'm just reusing content, editing it a bit to fit the platform, putting a song to it, and it's just the algorithm on TikTok is insane, and it allows for people with good content to shine. It really does. It truly, if you have good content, if you have good videos, it really has a system to where it lets the viewer decide if people should see it or not. Instead of the Instagram algorithm that says, only a certain percentage of your followers are going to see this, and you're going to have to pay us if you want more. Or even Facebook. Facebook is even worse. Only a certain number of people will see this, and you have to pay us a lot more if people want to see your content. TikTok is set up in such a way, and I'll describe exactly what TikTok is. I'm just kind of rambling here at first, just because I am so passionate about this platform right now, just based on only the growth that I've experienced and how addictive it is. Okay, so let's just get into it. In this episode, I'm gonna show you or tell you what TikTok is, why you should be on there, and then also how you can excel on TikTok. I'm going to just break down exactly how I got from 0 followers 3 months ago on TikTok to reaching 200,000 followers right now. And I guarantee by the time this airs in a few days, I'll have hit the 200,000 follower mark, and it's just going to continue to go up and up from there. So if you are listening to this, no matter when you're listening to this, go over and go on TikTok, just download it. As we're listening to this episode or right after, just click the download button on the app TikTok and just kind of check it out for yourself. And then as I talk, you can kind of go through and see what it is. And go and check out my profile, and just to see what follower count I'm on, by the time you're listening to this, because I'm interested. Okay, so TikTok is a video sharing app that makes sharing / making videos easy for the user. So Instagram started out with photos, right? And it made sharing photos cool and easy. And so TikTok is basically, it makes making and sharing video easier. It started out as Musical.ly, which was basically a karaoke / lip syncing app from what I understand. I don't know. I've only been on it for 3 months. The people who were on it back when it was Musical.ly are doing really well because they got in it super early. But TikTok bought out Musical.ly from what I have heard and from what I've read a bit over a year ago, and it has since skyrocketed in popularity. On TikTok, you have your individual grid, so basically a feed that all of your people will follow, much like Instagram. And so you have your own grid, and then you also have like a you have like a feed basically, where you can see what the people you're following are up to. But also there's a thing called a For You page. So, which is actually what I spend the majority of my time on. So in the For You page, it's just a feed. So after you download the app, if you don't have it already, if you already know what TikTok is, sorry, just keep with me for about 5 minutes. I'm just going to explain to people who don't. But the For You page and the follower feed of the people you're following, it's basically just like an Instagram feed. You scroll, it scrolls the same way. You scroll down, scroll up, and it just shows you really interesting content. Really addictive content, might I add. So, again, just think of it like Instagram in that you have your own grid, you have a feed of all the people you follow, and then there's the Discover page on Instagram that's kind of popular. Basically, the For You page on TikTok is kind of like the Discover page on Instagram, basically. And those videos will suck you in. I swear. Like, I remember, so a couple weeks ago, I was on TikTok, and I saw that my fiance was like, "Hey, call me." And I was like, "Okay." And like, you know how it pops up as like a message on the top of your phone, like a text message. And I was like, "Okay." But I just kind of continued to scroll on TikTok and scroll on TikTok. 45 minutes later, he calls me. He's like, "Hey, I thought you were gonna call me." I was like, "I don't know. I was on TikTok. I don't know what happened." Like, I'm telling you, these videos are addictive. So they'll suck you in. Okay, so who's already on TikTok? So now that you know what it is, it's basically a grid of very interesting viral videos that you can upload your videos onto as well. So who's already on there? I'm just going to let you know, since we're big on like finding out who your ideal customer is and selling to them, your ideal customer probably isn't on TikTok. So, but I'll kind of explain, because I wouldn't be messing around with it if I didn't think it had potential for sales. Like, that's like the bottom line of basically everything I do. It's like, if it can help someone, or if it has potential for sales or potential for growth, I'm all over it. And TikTok does, and I'll explain. So the younger version of your ideal customer avatar is on TikTok. It's mostly kids who are on TikTok right now, but guess what? Kids grow up. I read an article, it was posted back in April, so a while back, and it said that 40% of TikTok users are between 10 and 19. So, but that kind of surprised me, because just from going on there and seeing how many videos of kids are on there, I was like, okay, there's all kids on this app. What am I doing? No, like, not gonna lie, the first time I opened it, I was like, I am not about this. This is for kids. But then, I'll explain. Okay, so, but that means 60% of the users are 20 and up. And really, 20-year-olds and up can buy ours. And so, I mean, that's a pretty good odds. And actually, so here lately, I've seen a lot of celebrities joining, and I've seen celebrities like post like their first 5 videos in a week, and they already have like 1 million followers. And so, and it's kind of crazy too, because like you'll go on there, like I saw like Miley Cyrus just joined, and I know that because one of her videos popped up on the For You page, and I was like, that's cool. I'm used to seeing 15-year-olds on here, and now I'm seeing celebrities like Howie Mandel and just all these other ones. And you go onto their profile, and they have like 5 videos so they've been on it for like a week, which tells me it's so new. All of these celebrities are getting on, and they just got on it. And that's a really, really, really good sign for you. Because a lot of the times, whenever people catch on to things like Instagram and Facebook, it's usually just too late. And usually you're just kind of playing catch up. But with TikTok, I really truly feel that it's in the beginning of its prime. Like, it hasn't even started yet. Celebrities are just now getting on it. And so now is a perfect time for you to get on it and really take advantage of this amazing algorithm, which I'll explain in a bit. So, your ideal customer is not probably on it a lot right now, but they will be, and I firmly believe in that. Also, if you're in this for the long game, then this applies to you. And it might take 5 years for you to see results from these 15-year-olds that are following you, but by the time they're 20 and they have a real job and they can afford art, I mean, they're going to be so... what's the word? They're going to be so familiar with you, I guess, that they're going to be like, oh yeah, I finally have money now. I'm going to buy so-and-so's art. And so, yeah, I know that I'll still be here 5 years from now. I'll still be painting 10 years from now. And so think of it as kind of an investment in yourself years down the road. Okay, but actually, I really think that there's a way to take advantage right now. I just haven't figured it out yet. Right now I'm in the growth phase, but as soon as I figure out how to make sales on TikTok, you best believe I'm going to let you guys know. Like, just a reminder, I've only been on it 3 months. I'm focusing on growth. But as soon as I start to focus on conversion for sales, I'll let you guys know of that too. So keep going. Okay. Also, ask anyone 10 years into their career how they're doing. I'm mostly referencing artists and entrepreneurs, like people who have to build their own businesses. But after 10 years, they have it down, and we're all in this for the long game. So get on TikTok, basically. Okay. Also, I've been asked several times on TikTok in the comments on my videos, how can I buy your art? Hey, can you paint something for me? Do you sell your art? Like, all the time. These kids or young adults are commenting on my videos and be like, hey, do you sell your stuff? Do you sell your stuff? And I say yes for the ones that I see. Like, sometimes there's way too many comments you can't even keep up with. But sometimes I'll get on there, I'll catch it. I'll be like, yes, I do. Go to artbyandreae.com to see what's available. So far, I have had no sales yet. I'm just going to say, which is crazy. And you were like, okay, I thought this was an amazing app. I thought we should be on it, but you haven't made sales. Just calm down. I will, and I fully believe that. I think I saw one quote. I don't think it was a quote. I was just listening to some talk from a speaker, and it was like the difference between a successful entrepreneur and someone who needs to work a 9-to-5 is you being able to plan long term. You have to see what's out there in the long game. Like, you have to be able to play the long game in order to make it. And it's just the people who want instant gratification on things, they tend to be the ones who work the 9-to-5 because they like the paycheck every week instead of, hey, working for 6 months to finally, make quite a bit that makes up for the past 6 months. Okay, I'm going to end my rant on the long game, but I just had to mention it because there are a lot of young users on TikTok right now, and I think they will eventually be buyers. That's what I'm getting at. Okay, let's see. Should you focus your efforts on TikTok? Now, here's where I think it's appropriate to fill you in a bit more on the results I've gotten on TikTok so far. So hopefully it inspires you to try it out. Okay, so week 1 on TikTok, I posted 3 videos. One of me writing calligraphy. Sometimes I'll use those drip pens and I'll write some calligraphy on there. And I put I put a song to it and posted that. I was like, okay, let's just see what people like, really, because I had no idea. So week 1, 3 months ago, I had no idea what people wanted to see on this app. I just had a feeling about it. And so I just posted a couple of videos, and another video I posted of my cat using the toilet. So my cat is toilet trained, if you didn't know. And I had a video of her using the toilet, her going pee in the actual toilet. And I put a funny cat song to it, and I posted that. And then the same day, this is all the same day, I also posted a time-lapse video of a fox that I had painted. And I put the song, What Does the Fox Say, to it, because like on TikTok you basically have to put a song to something or anything, or like lip syncing or something. And so all of these things had songs to them. They're videos I already had. I didn't go out of my way to make anything. I just posted it. And the time lapse of me painting the fox paired with the What Does the Fox Say song blew up. Like, and when I say blew up, I mean it got like 10,000 views probably in like a day or two, which to me, that's blowing up. I was brand new on this platform, and I was like, whoa. 10,000 views on one video that I had posted on Facebook and Instagram that got maybe 1,000 views before. They got 10,000 views on this TikTok platform. What the heck? That's 10,000 people who had never really seen my art before, who are now like getting to know my art, and it's just brand awareness. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Okay. So, and to me, like, that's 10,000 potential buyers. The ratio of people who viewed to people who followed is crazy low though. So I had like 10,000 views on my first video, and I think maybe like 1% follows. I'm just gonna let you know. Actually, now I know, it's way less than 1% of people who view your video and or even who like it will actually follow you, which is kind of sad, but that's just kind of how, social media works. It just kind of blows my mind though. So I posted a couple more time lapses. So I got like 1,000 followers in like a day or two. And I was like, okay, sign me up. Like if I got 1,000 followers a day on Instagram or Facebook, I would freak out, So I was like, okay, this is kind of cool. So I posted a couple more time lapses. And let's see, I have notes here. I wrote down, since it was 3 months ago, I kind of forgot exactly what happened, but I wrote down notes of what happened. I posted a couple more time-lapse videos, and I jumped up to 3,000 followers in just a couple weeks. 3,000 followers in just a couple weeks. Then it was something like 10,000 followers within the month. 10,000 followers on TikTok within a month. By month 2, I had 40,000 followers. Just by posting videos that I had already posted, like on Instagram and Facebook. I just repurposed them, made them a bit shorter, added a song to it, and posted on TikTok. That's it. And I had 40,000 followers in no time. Like, I was like, what the heck? I right now at this current date, I have a little over 50,000 followers on Instagram, and I have worked probably for over 2 years, like just steadily, like posting every day, commenting back, DMs, like being very active on Instagram in order, like, and 2 years later, it's at 50,000 followers, and I'm on TikTok for a couple months, and I have 40,000 followers, like nearing my Instagram. I was like, oh, what is this? Okay. And then fast forward to month 3. Okay, so I had like 40,000 followers on month 2. Fast forward to month 3, I'm approaching 200,000 followers on TikTok. And it kind of makes me a little sick because I've been working at Facebook and Instagram for so long, and TikTok is just like, bam, here you go. Here's a ton of followers. So, and that was due to a large part. So I had, I was nearing the 3-month mark. I was like maybe like a couple weeks away from the 3-month mark, and I had almost 100,000 followers. And I was like, cool, like I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. And then I posted a video that went viral, and that knocked me up to 200,000 followers. And I was just at an event the other night, and I talked to this girl who was super nice. She was like actually helping me do a little video, and I was like, yeah, have you heard of TikTok, blah, blah, blah. And she was like, you're that girl. And she had seen my viral video on TikTok. So it's just crazy. Okay, so 200,000 followers on TikTok. Insane. Okay, so should your focus be TikTok? And I just want to ask you a couple questions. So I like this. So obviously I love attention, right? But no, it's whoever gets the most attention sells the most art. And that's just how it is. And so TikTok is getting a lot of attention easily right now. So should your focus be on TikTok? Should it? Like, and I'm not just saying for the vanity aspect of it, I promise. So whenever I focus on a social media platform, it's not just the vanity. Like, I know I'm like, oh my god, I like attention. Who doesn't? But it does get old pretty fast. And so if you can't convert it into sales, there's no use. But I really feel like there will be a way to do that. And right now I just want to figure out, should you be on TikTok? And the question I want to ask is, do you like making videos? Do you enjoy being on the app? So download TikTok, open the app, scroll for a little bit, like give it a chance. Be like, do you think this is entertaining? And also, do you like making video? So, if you do not, don't do it. Like, if you think the app is stupid on like day 3, give it a chance. Like, don't just open it and say, no, this is dumb, and close it. Like, actually, my fiance did that. He was anti-TikTok. He's like, nope. And then finally I was like, no, look. He's like, okay. He needed some talking into it. But give it a chance. But if you just really don't like it, don't do it. If you don't like making video, don't do it. Like, I have always loved making video of almost any kind. My first mini cassette video camera, my mom got it for me when I was 16, and I remember I was 16 or 17, and I remember videoing almost everything. I videoed my senior trip, I videoed this and that. I just loved making video. And so but I also I share that, but I also don't want to like look at this and be like, well, video is kind of hard, so no, I don't like it. If the reason you don't like video is because it doesn't come crazy natural to you and it's kind of hard, that's not a good enough thing. It's just, if you are purely not interested, then don't do it. If you do have an interest, however, I want to push you a little bit to pursue this. I love making travel videos. I love doing art tutorial videos, time lapses, and all of that. I just love video. Also, I was not always good on video either, though. Like, I just have to point that out. But I have always liked shooting video, even without me in it. My first tutorial a year and a half ago was so painfully awkward. Like, it took me about 2 days to talk myself into it. Then several hours of figuring out camera angles and several failed speaking attempts to create a 2-minute tutorial video explaining how to paint butterfly wings. I actually ended up cutting out all speaking parts to that video and just labeling the instructions on the screen, because it was so awkward. And I say that because the first speaking video I ever put out was about a year ago from this date. And that was also painfully awkward. I had my phone propped up in my bathroom because my bathroom had the best lighting. And it took me about 15 minutes of staring into my phone, speaking nonsense into the camera phone, to get a 2-minute video explaining what a print is for my customers. So, I mean, I honestly think all of that, I know all of that video is deleted. But I kind of wish I had it just to show you guys how terribly awkward it was, so it can be a bit more relatable. Because now, like, fast forward, I mean, a year later, I'm way better at it, but it did take a lot of practice. So I don't want you thinking that I'm not good with video, so I'm not going to try this app, because it's so easy once you get the hang of it. It really is, but you just have to try. And TikTok, you don't even really have to talk into the camera. You just kind of have to either lip sync or just show your art. Also, I wanted to kind of get in real quick with this topic of why TikTok is taking off. And I truly believe that it's because it makes video easy. Just like Instagram with photos, Apple with the user experience with iPhone. People like simple. Video is the new big thing. Drone sales are skyrocketing. YouTube has been big for over a long time with how-to videos. I mean, if you want to learn how to do anything, you go to YouTube, right? And say, how to paint clouds, how to frame artwork, how to just all those things. You go to YouTube. And actually, for the longest time, I'm very forward-thinking, and I've noticed that video has just had like this crazy awesome come up in the last couple years, I guess in the last like about 2 years. Video is just like the thing. And so I knew the next big thing was going to be video. And so I was like, okay, it's got to be YouTube, because that's like the thing, and YouTube is crazy hard to get subscribers on there. If anybody has tried, I don't even have 300 subscribers on YouTube, and I've tried really hard. And I'm just uploading the same content that I upload to a lot of different places on YouTube, and it's just so hard to make moves on that platform. So I was like, man. So I have put some effort into it the last while, because I really thought that maybe YouTube would be the next big thing, since I knew that video was it. And then TikTok came along, and I was like, oh, okay. And so I think TikTok is the next big thing. Mainly because it makes the user experience easy for video, and video is the main thing right now. I mean, if you go on Facebook, they have like a special tab at the bottom for watch for video. Like, you go on the watch tab and you can watch video for a while. And I mean, if Facebook, just keep an eye on what Facebook's doing. Also, Instagram TV, video, that's the new thing. They're pushing it. I'm just looking at the new things that they're coming out with, because when someone's watching a video, their attention is fixed for longer than when they're looking at a photo. Like, we all know that. We're going to watch a 15-second video, but when we're scrolling Instagram, we see each photo for maybe 2 seconds at the most. We might read a caption, maybe, but video it really grabs your attention. So, and how it goes for everyone on TikTok, I'm just going to let you know, day 1 of TikTok, you're going to think, this is weird, this is a bunch of kids, I don't understand it, but whatever, I'm just going to check it out. Day 2, this is pretty interesting, maybe I'll try to make a video, that sounds kind of fun, you want to do it, haha, and then you make a video and you post it. Day 3, you're addicted. I'm just going to let you know, you're addicted. Also, Gary Vee. If you guys don't know who Gary Vaynerchuk is, he's big in the online marketing world. He's invested in a lot of companies. He's very forward thinking. Follow what he's doing for a lot of the things. And he is big on TikTok. He also thinks LinkedIn is going to be big in a couple years. Will they be? Maybe. Maybe not. Nobody knows. But I don't know, I just have a feeling, and if people like Gary Vee, who is very forward thinking, he's invested in Facebook, Instagram, or not Facebook. Actually, is it? I'm not sure. I think he invested in Instagram, Venmo, Snapchat, a lot of the new apps. And so, yeah. So it's not just me saying that TikTok is going to be big. If you just Google like TikTok, and you'll see articles about it, you'll see a lot. And I think you'll see a lot. I think if someone's listening to it in late 2020, you're going to be like, man, I wish I started on TikTok when Andrea said so in late 2019. Because really, I wish I would have started on it last year. But I just kind of got word of it. I think we all kind of saw the Facebook advertisements on it last year. Okay, I'm just kind of rambling. Okay, let's just get to the main part. This is what you all want to know. I know it's like 30 minutes into the podcast where I'm telling you the good stuff. So I'm just going to tell you how to get followers on TikTok. That's what you want to know, right? Andrea, how do I go from 0 to 200K followers in 3 months like you did? And I'll tell you exactly. I'm an open book for you guys. And actually, just to let you know, I let the Artist Academy membership members, the advanced members in on this like way early. I was in week 1 of TikTok, and I got on live with them, and I was like, you guys got to get on TikTok. And they did. And I know one member especially, Jess, one of her videos went viral, and she has over 1 million views on one of her videos. And so I'm telling you guys, like, my students get it before everybody else. And you guys get it, a little bit later. But now I just have more to say about it, I guess. So How to get followers on TikTok. First off, the algorithm on TikTok is cumulative, meaning the more you post, the more new people will see it, and the more new followers you'll get. If you notice when you're on TikTok, every once in a while you'll get a video, so you'll see like all of these super addicting videos that have like crazy views, and then you'll get one that has like 20 views, and it really isn't that great, and you kind of go past it. Or you might think it's great, and you might click on it, click a like, or you might watch the whole thing. That's TikTok pushing content out, seeing if you'll bite. If you do like the video and you interact with it at all, like comment, or even if you watch the full thing, TikTok takes note of that. And then TikTok will keep pushing that video out to other users. However, if you don't like the video and you scroll past it and in the first couple seconds, then that tells the TikTok system that it's no good and it won't get pushed out to many more users. That method is exactly what's happening to every single video you post right now. That might change. I'm just going to let you know. But right now, like, this is why I just have such a big push for TikTok right now, because this is what it is. It truly gives people a chance. If you have good content, it lets the users decide. Other than Facebook or Instagram, where you only post something and it's a small fraction of people who follow you will see it. TikTok pushes your content out to users beyond those who already follow you. This method can really give your videos a chance to go viral, which is what 2.5 of my videos have done. So I have the first one of the big videos that I put out, I got like 2 million views on this one video. And then later on, my big video, I got 6 million views. And then recently I posted one of an elephant that got 1 million views. What other platform out there right now allows you the chance to do that? It's like if you have good content, it will push it out for you. And I'm just like, honestly, for the past year, I'm just waiting to go viral. Honestly, like I know my stuff is good. I just need some people to see it. And I don't know what to do. And I was waiting to go viral. I was waiting to get lucky. And TikTok gives you that luck. And which we all know that luck is preparation meets opportunity. And so yeah, okay. So the ingredients for you to make an art TikTok video that will go viral. So first, I'm talking straight to artists because artists are the ones that are typically listening to this podcast. Hey guys! And so I'm going to mainly focus on you guys. And the ingredients, which is what I know too. Like I'm an artist, I know how to do this. And so I know what's working in the art field. The ingredients to make a perfect art TikTok video that will go viral, in my experience, is a vertical time lapse of a painting from start to finish paired with a trending song. That's what's going to do the best. So whenever you're uploading videos to TikTok, you'll notice that it's vertical. I have a ton of horizontal video. I wish I would have known that TikTok was going to be a thing, and I would have recorded way more vertical video. It's okay. You can still save it, kind of. So whenever you record, I say my biggest suggestion for artists is to record your TikTok video, your time lapse in vertical. So on your phone, just make sure it's straight up and down. Go to time lapse, hit play, and before you start, like people love to see something come together quickly. So basically right when you start, and then keep it continued until you finish. You have to finish it. I think for it to go viral, you have to finish it. You have to finish it, and it has to be good. So record a time lapse of you from start to finish, and then cut it down in your editor to under 15 seconds, because our attention spans aren't longer than 15 seconds. It's just not. So if you have a time lapse on there that's 30 seconds, it's not going to do very well. I'm just going to tell you, I don't want to watch a 30-second time lapse. Nobody does. I think we're biased because it's our own art, and you're like, oh, but I added this little detail on second 20, and then the second 25 is like, no, speed it up. People want to see start to finish, and you're good. Okay. Also, as I've watched artists attempt this, so I told this to several artists, I have a couple suggestions for you that I didn't realize that I needed to say for you to optimize your efforts. And one is have good lighting. It needs to be well lit. also, whenever I go to post, there's a filter on there that I almost always use. And it's not to make everything prettier or make your skin smooth. I don't like those. I actually despise filters like that. But if you go to landscape, so go to filters on TikTok whenever you go to upload a video. So upload a video, and then you'll see a place where you can add audio and add a filter. Go to add filter, and then go to landscape, and it's landscape number 1. And it just makes everything brighter, basically, because people love to see bright white space. Like they love to see bright things if it's dark or dim. And you can kind of tell like if something is supposed to be white in your video and it looks like a slight gray color or a slight warmy gray color, brighten it up, because that really, really helps it to be visually more appealing. Also, get out of the way. You want to position your camera in a way to where it sees your art. Your art is the main focus. You are secondary. So I know this. I am secondary to my art in a lot of promotional material. I think it's good for us to be in it. It is not good for us to be the focal point. People do not care. They want to see something being made. So having your art be the focal point, get out of the way. Make sure your head is not in the way of the progress. Also, like I was saying, 10 to 15 seconds tops. Do not put a time-lapse video on there that is longer than 15 seconds on any platform at all. Don't do it. Edit it down. Also, if you put a still shot in the end, this is how I went viral the first time. I did a time-lapse from start to finish, and then also I put a still shot of it straight on. Because usually when you're doing a time lapse, it's like a little off to the side so that you can see it, as you're working on it, you can see more of it. And so I took a still shot of me in it, off to the side of it, and you can just go to my TikTok and you'll scroll down and you can see one of how I painted How to Train Your Dragon down in there. And that's the video. So I did a time lapse. The time lapse lasted about 10 seconds, and then I cut to a full image of it being completed, and I actually paired that with a song that had like a beat drop right at that moment, which is huge. So make sure the song goes with your video. So basically, if you're doing a nice painting of clouds and it's colorful and it's so whimsical, don't put a heavy duty rap song with it. Put something that's whimsical, that's like la da 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 da, do that. However, if you're painting like a badass lion or something, put one about, there's one on there that's like, so I searched lion in the audio tracks on TikTok, and there's one it came up with like, bring the lion out. Bring the lion out. It's related. So I used that and it went over really well. I'll sometimes use heavy rap songs. Rap goes over really well with the kids on TikTok, but make sure it's a good fit for your video. So yeah, that's basically step 1 of how to make a viral video as an artist. Time lapse, 10 to 15 seconds tops. Do not do more than 10 or 15 seconds. And show of the completed painting in the end, and pair a really good song with it. And I'm just going to tell you too, the better the art, the more attention you'll get. So look at your Instagram or Facebook reactions to the art you already post on there. I'm going to bet that you have a few people that just go crazy for anytime you post them. You have a couple pieces of art and people go crazy anytime you post anything about them. So you maybe painted one thing that's just like a bit better than everything else you painted. Anytime you post it, people are just like, yeah, I love it. Like, it's going to be the same reactions on TikTok because people are people. Those same paintings will get the exact same reactions. And yeah, it's just reading people. Like, legit, anytime I post anything about butterfly wings, people love it on any platform, no matter what. And really, I should probably focus way more on butterfly wings, actually. That's actually going to be part of my New Year's thing, is just to more dial in on, like, what's working, what are people reacting to, post more of those. So here's some other kind of videos. So you can also do what I like to call a 2-second combo video. This is also what I do on the same painting. So when I'm painting something, I'll have a time lapse going, and then when I get done, I'll have my awesome Instagram husband, Ryan, post or help me do some video. So I'll basically have him record 2 seconds of me painting in various spots. So basically I'll be like, hey, like I'm going to put my brush on the canvas right here and make a couple strokes. Please record 2 seconds of it. And then I'll put it at a different spot. Even a finished painting. I'm going to tell you all my secrets right here. And then, so like, even when I'm like, so yeah, even when it's finished, I'll put it in another spot and I'll just like paint a couple strokes, or I'll pretend paint and he'll record 2 seconds of it. And then I'll go to another spot. And a trick with that is to start really close and back the camera up as you go. So, and also just do different spots of it. And people don't know, think of it as a movie. Like you're like slowly having your artwork appear and you're focusing on the little details, and then you're going and you're seeing the bigger picture. So I like to take about, 7 or 6 to 8, a couple 2-second videos, and then I'll edit them all together and I'll put a song to it. And that way, yeah, that's just a whole nother way you can make a completely new video on the same painting. I do this all the time. Also, let's see. Humor. If you can use humor in your video, it will get a lot more reactions. So if you're funny, if you're awkward, if you're entertaining in any way, bring that out in your videos. Just try new things. Also, one thing I noticed is the accidental video. Like when accidents happen in your video, people really like that on TikTok. So like if your parents walk in, or if you accidentally trip, or you accidentally mess up on something and you have like a reaction to it that's just very candid. Anything that doesn't go as planned, people like that. People want real. And if you watch videos, you'll like on TikTok, you'll see examples of exactly what I'm talking about. Like you won't have to scroll very far where you'll see one of someone messing up and people laughing and loving it, because people want real. Like they want candid, they want real. There's so much fake stuff on Instagram. Like as I was just telling you, I literally just pretend to paint. Like that's an example. Like there's so much fake stuff on there and people want to see something real. And so if you do have a mess up, think about posting it. And you can always delete it, but like just see what people react to. Let's see. Also, okay, so one thing, if you're like another video idea for you, just get on TikTok and kind of scroll and you'll see, and you'll figure out all these ones that I'm listing. But there's one I like to kind of reference it as like simple yet satisfying. I've watched super simple videos and I watch them get great responses because people like to see things just being completed. And I'm not talking a time lapse. I'm talking about those videos where you watch someone color in a circle perfectly. Like literally just they're taking like a red marker and they're coloring in a circle just like so perfectly and so smoothly. People will watch that from start to finish. It's very strange how our minds work. We're just like, what is that? Oh, that's kind of neat. Oh, are they going to finish it? Are they going to continue the circle? And people love to watch stuff like that. So try something like that out. If you're like, okay, my art is just in the beginning phases, I need something to post, try that. But it has to look good though. It has to be like a perfect circle or perfect lines, And so try coloring in a circle and having the colors be really bright, adding a song to it, and see if people will watch until the end. It's just like a weird mind hack. Another one is a short story. So this is actually the one where I got my most viral video. It had a little bit of controversy in it. It had a happy ending. It had good art. It was just an overall knockout, and I knew it would be, to be honest. I didn't know that it would get 6 million views, but I knew that it would get at least 1 million. And that's just from after I had been on TikTok for a couple months. I got a feel of what people liked. I knew I had this video in my camera roll. I just had to put it together. And so I put it together one day and I literally videoed someone painting over one of my butterfly wing sets. And so I literally got footage of him painting over it, and I had Ryan help me video and be like, oh, I was on camera like, oh, they painted over it. I'm just gonna walk across the street and paint it again. And I did, and then I had Ryan do those like little 2-second clips of me painting it. And the end, I just did a little like twirl, like it's done. And people went nuts. They're like, oh my gosh, someone painted over your butterfly. Like, cause that's controversy. I mean, people love it. Like, people love a little drama. And they're like, oh, that's amazing that you got to paint it again, blah, blah, blah. And actually, I didn't anticipate this, but there were a lot of comments on that video of people saying, well, it was vandalism anyway. You didn't have permission, or like asking if I had permission and blah, blah, blah. Like it shouldn't be glorified that I'm, vandalizing someone's building, blah, blah. And I didn't expect that. And I was like, what? And so I tried commenting back, but whatever. I mean, controversy is controversy, whatever. Those comments are part of the reason that I got 6 million views on that, which actually, so from that 6 million view video, that bumped me up almost 100,000 followers on TikTok, which is less than 1% of a ratio to followers to views, but whatever. Okay, and last but definitely not least, you can jump on a trend. So when you're scrolling on TikTok, you'll see a repeat dance or song come up a couple times with within a short time period whenever you're scrolling. So you'll hear the same song, or you'll see people doing the same dance that you've seen. You'll just see it over and over again. And that means it's trending. So you can hop on a trend if you want. And so I also like to use that popular song, whatever song you hear over and over again, use it in your art time-lapse video. Even though you're not doing the dance like they do, it could still help you out because it is kind of still trending and people are used to hearing it. And if it goes with your video, go for it. You can also save, like anytime you see a video on there and you're like, oh, I really like that song, there's a little thing at the bottom where you can click on where the song originated from, and you can save it. So that way you can use it in one of your videos upcoming. Okay. On this trend, I had TikTok for a couple days, and my friend Emily Million, she was actually the one who was like, hey, like, our friends are addicted to this TikTok thing, like, check it out. I was like, okay. And so I did, and she was the one who helped me, planted the idea to get on it. And so Emily, I saw this one trend and I was like, oh my gosh, I really like this song. Let's do the dance. And she's like, no. I was like, yeah, let's just do it. It's super quick. We did one take and we tried to do the dance that it has with this paired with this song. If you scroll back, it's still on there. It's super embarrassing. It's one of the first videos I posted of Emily and I, and we hopped on a trend. It didn't really get that many views because it wasn't very good. But if you're a good dancer, you can hop on a trend, and TikTok will help push out those trends. Okay, also people who are not artists, I can't really help you other than just to say that your video has to be interesting. And I say it's easy to get followers on TikTok, and it is, but your content has to be good. And so if you're uploading a couple photos or a couple videos and stuff and you haven't gotten much traction, tough love. It's because your videos aren't that good. So look on there and just see how you can do better. Just look at some of my videos, not to be big-headed, or look at people who are doing really well in the category that you want to do well in. So if you like to dance, if you're a cute girl, if you're all this stuff, find someone who is doing really well, see what they're doing specifically. Like if you notice that their videos are extremely well lit, have your videos be extremely well lit. If you notice that they're recording, with their moms, like try to get your mom in on it. I say copy, but make it your own. But just see what other people are doing and make it good. That's just the thing. It has to be good content. Use your wit. And everybody has talent. Everybody has some kind of talent. Even if it's not an artist or a painter or whatever, you have a talent. Use it. Also, I just want to say, how often should you post? I say post once a day. And I know that's a lot because I'm like, yeah, you should post on Instagram once a day and all that, but really just reuse the content that you're already using for Instagram and Facebook and post once a day. The hardcore users post 3 times a day. So if you're doing a karaoke thing, that doesn't take very long to do. If you're just like mouthing words to something that's trending, it doesn't take very long. So just do it. Also hashtags. I see a lot of people using the hashtag FYP or hashtag for you page. I hear that they work and they put your content on the for you page. I also hear they used to. I don't know if they do it anymore. I think it's just the algorithm that does it. I still do hashtag FYP for you page. I also use hashtag artist, hashtag. I don't know that the hashtags really can like make or break. So if you're looking for a trick, the trick is just to make good content. Okay. So how do you make these videos? Exactly. I use the app InShot. I think I paid $3 for it. I do not get any referral credits for it by saying that. It's pretty good. And it allows me to edit horizontal video and vertical video. So also if I have a vertical video already that I've already recorded like a year ago, I'll put it in InShot. I'll make the screen, I'll make this top and bottom reflect. So basically I'm editing it in vertical. How do I explain this? I'm taking a horizontal video and I'm putting it into InShot and I'm editing it in vertical mode and I'm putting like a reflector on the top and bottom so that there's no black space when I upload the video to TikTok. Do not have black space in your video. Fill it with color in some way, and a really good way to do that is just by doing the reflector. And the reflector is basically it's taking that blank empty space on the bottom and top and just taking a little bit of the video and blurring it and putting it in the top and bottom. If you guys go to my TikTok, you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. And I use the app InShot to do that. Let's see. I'm sure there are plenty of free ones out there too. You don't have to use InShot. Maybe just Google it. Also, I think TikTok followers will eventually move over to Instagram or YouTube. I have little proof of this. I know that, so I had I had about 100 followers on YouTube. And since going viral on TikTok, I have about 250 followers on YouTube. And it's because of that I went viral on TikTok. Because you can link your Instagram and your YouTube on your TikTok profile. And yeah. So the effort that you're putting into TikTok, it will bleed over into Instagram and YouTube. So don't think of this as just being on TikTok. People do come over, and they'll come over if they think you're interesting enough, really. And that's the kind of the key to it. You have to be interesting. You have to have well curated videos with good lighting, with a song, and short. Basically. All right, so that's about it. Also, one more thing, TikTok is very addicting. Recently, I can literally spend so much wasted time on there. So I've had to silence my notifications. I actually do not get any notifications from social media at all on my phone. Instagram, Facebook, I've added TikTok to that. I've added Snapchat so that I have to go in there to see if someone's messaged me or to see if I have a comment or something. And that has helped my productivity so much. So when you download TikTok and when you get addicted to it, just disable your notifications. That way it doesn't, distract you. And I also recommend that on Instagram and Facebook. I've done it. It helps. It's actually really, really freeing to only check it a couple times a day rather than every hour on the hour. Okay. All right. That's it. I am going to actually cook dinner since it's the evening right now. But I hope this was helpful to you. And if you guys have crazy growth on TikTok, send me a DM. I would love to know. I'll shout you out on my Instagram story too. And because I want more people to know about this, because I really do think it has potential. It could tank like Vine, it could, but I don't know. There's just so many things. So get on TikTok, check it out, and let me know about your results. I'll talk to you later. This episode is sponsored by the Artist Academy Advanced Membership. a program for artists who want to up-level their art game by taking it from a hobby or a side hustle to a full-time art business. I've been a professional artist for over 5 years with paintings in several different countries and a client list that includes high-profile companies such as Bass Pro, O'Reilly's, Duck Commander, and many, many more. So I figured out what it takes to build an art business, and now my heart is set on teaching aspiring artists like you to do the same. Go to advancedmember.com, that's advancedmember.com to learn more. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast and leave a review. Also, if you ever want to join us live and have your questions answered in real time by myself or featured guests, then just hop on over to facebook.com/groups/Artist Academy every Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. And I'll see you next week.